Hey friends, my name's Sophie and welcome to your practice. Today we're doing a full body stretch routine and we will end with a short meditation so that we can be aligned and connected from a holistic standpoint. So you can expect to finish this class feeling nice and stretched out and in tune with yourself. So we're starting standing today, a little different than usual. And we'll place the hands on the hips. And I want you to just tuck your right toes underneath of you. So you're stretching through the top of the foot. And just do the best you can. You're always welcome to put your hand on a wall or lean against a wall when we do anything on one leg. Now untuck the toes and just keep the foot lifted and take some circles. And take about 4 circles in each direction. And then release the foot down. And we'll do the other foot. Tuck the toes underneath of you. You might feel a stretch all the way up into the shin. And then untuck the toes, keep the foot lifted. Let's take about 4 circles in each direction, nice and slow. No need to rush. And set the foot down. Perfect. Reach the arms up to the sky. Grab onto your left wrist and have your left palm facing up and take a side bend to the right. Really root down into your left foot and reach up and over. Breathe into the left side body and into the rib cage. And come back up to center. Grab onto right wrist, go up and over to the left. One more breath. Rise back up to center, separate your arms, and then release your arms down, bring them behind you, interlace your hands, and open up your chest. You might stay here, or you might take the feet a little wider and fold forward. Try to keep the palms together if you can. Shift your weight into your toes. And if you're down, let's slowly rise back up. If you're upright, stay there. Release your arms. Reach the arms up to the sky again. Grab onto your elbows and take a twist to your right. So it's going to feel like a small twist, but feel how this works the upper back and the shoulders. Come back to center, twist to your left. Make sure you're still breathing nice and evenly. Come back to center, reach the arms up and release them down. So if you're not standing at the top of your mat or the top of your space, then come there now. And we'll re-extend the arms up, inhale. On exhale, fold forward, bend your knees as you fold. Bring your hands down to the ground. You want your feet about hip distance apart, so about 2 fists width apart. And then keep your left fingertips on the ground, bend your left knee, and reach your right arm up to the sky. If you want, you can circle out your right wrist. You'll feel this sensation in this stretch throughout the whole body, but especially through the outer right leg and the back of the right leg. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, put your right hand down. Bend your right knee. Take your left arm up to the sky. And you might have both knees bent here as well, but the right knee is just a little more bent than the left. And maybe you take the circles with your left wrist. And we keep lifting through the spine. How's the breath doing? Let's take another inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Step the left foot all the way back so you come into a lunge position. And your fingertips are framing your front foot. Then put your back knee down on the ground and put your hands onto your front thigh. And push your hips all the way forward as much as you can. And then kind of lift out of that. Inhale. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, come out of it. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. One more time. Exhale, forward. Now, come up halfway so you're somewhere in between those two extremes. If it feels comfortable, reach your arms up to the sky. You can always put something underneath your knee, blanket or towel, if your ground feels too hard. Cactus your arms and take a back bend here. Just open up the heart. It's not going to be huge. Just opening through the chest. And then reach the arms back up to the sky. And bring your hands down inside of your right foot and slide your right foot over to the right. Untuck your back toes and plant your hands down on the ground. And just rock a little side to side. Just feeling into your body. Do your best to remain present here. It will serve you best. Good. Let's slide the right foot back between the hands. So you're on your fingertips. Tuck your toes and lift your back knee. Now step to the front of the mat and step your right foot back behind you. So we're switching sides. Right leg all the way back in a lunge. Set your back knee down and put your hands onto your front thigh. Go all the way forward, but keep your spine upright and lift out of it. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, forward. And then lift up halfway out of that. Perfect. Reach your arms up to the sky. Cactus your arms. Take a little back bend with the upper back. Reach the arms back up. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down inside of your left foot. And slide your left foot over to the left. Untuck your back toes. Plant down through your palms and let your left knee open to the left. Start to kind of wiggle a little side to side. Good, then slide the foot back between the hands. Lift your back knee and step again to the front of the mat. And just fold forward to the best of your ability here. Feel free to grab onto your elbows, making a frame around your head, and just let your head relax completely. Don't worry about looking up at the screen. Don't look forward. Let it go. You might shake and bounce or sway side to side. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today, committing to the practice. I know it takes a lot of effort to get there. Release your hands down to the ground. We're going to step back to down dog. So you're going to plant your hands down, step your feet all the way back, and pike your hips up to the sky. Lift and lower your heels a few times. And then set your knees down on the ground. Keeping your hips lifted, walk your hands forward for puppy pose. Rise back up into table and step your right foot between your hands. Good. Now, shift back into half split. So you want to straighten your right leg and flex your right foot. And it might feel difficult if you're newer to this practice or you're newer to stretching or yoga. With time, we gain flexibility. It becomes a lot easier. You might flex and point your right foot a few times. Good. And then we'll re-bend the knee into lunge. And so we're going into pigeon. So slide your right foot over to the left side of the mat. And so you want your right shin to be maybe a little diagonal or parallel to the front of the mat. Slide your back leg back. Lift your chest up. And bring your forearms down to the ground. Excuse me. Maybe you rest your head all the way down. I like to rest my head on my hands, like make a little pillow. And those of you that want more of a stretch, walk your hands over to the left a little bit at a diagonal and rest. We'll take about 3 deep breaths here. Rise back up onto your hands. And then step back to table. Step your left foot between your hands. Straighten out your left leg. Shift your hips back. You might want to slide your heel forward a little bit. Flex your foot. Take a moment to arrive into your hamstrings. Then flex and point your left foot a few times. Good. Keep the foot flexed now. Take a couple breaths. And bend the knee. And slide your left foot over to the right for pigeon. Doing the best you can to settle into pigeon. Bring your forearms down to the ground. Bring your head down if you can. Maybe you go over diagonally to the right a little bit if you want more of a stretch. We'll take 3 breaths from here. Rise back up onto your hands. Open up your chest. And step back into table. Okay, now we're going to go into frog pose to stretch the inner thighs. This is kind of a big stretch, so be gentle. Take your legs nice and wide. Flex your feet, so your ankles should be kind of behind the knees. Then you put your forearms down on the ground. We're going to stay here for a little bit. Just breathe and just start to settle in. And I know it might feel like a lot, but you got this. It's going to feel so good after. We'll just take a couple more breaths here. One more deep breath. And then rise up slowly out of it. Bring the knees together and come into a seat. Take your legs straight out in front of you. Shake them out. Bend your right knee and sit tall. And cross your right foot over to the left side. Then take your right fingertips behind you. Take your left arm over to the right side. Hook your elbow. Flex your left foot. And again, tall with your spine. So I always stay on my fingertips of the back hand to create that length. You should feel a nice stretch in your upper back and the muscles around the shoulder blades. And come back to center. Extend your legs. Bend your left knee. Cross your left foot over to the right side. Hook your right elbow over the left knee. Find your breath. Find the rhythm of the breath. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Now, straighten your legs out in front of you and bend both knees. And right away, that should allow you to sit a little taller in your spine. Then reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, reach forward, grab onto your feet. And then lengthen the spine, keep your knees a little bent. Exhale, fold over your thighs. From there, if you want to straighten your legs out, you can, but that's definitely not the goal. I'd rather you try work on keeping the spine long and folding from the waist. And then you can relax your head as well. So we get a full back body stretch all the way from the back of the head, down the back, upper back, lower back, down the thighs to the ankles and heels. One more deep breath, everyone. And slowly rise up. All right, cross your legs. We're going to move into a meditation here. So hopefully you feel a little more loosened up. And we'll actually stretch the neck a little bit and then we'll move into our meditation. So bring your chin down to your chest and tilt your head over to the right. So your head is down and then a little bit tilted to the right. You should feel that down into your traps on the left side. Now bring your chin back down to your chest and tilt your head to the left. Feel the stretch into the side and back of the neck on the right side. Try to keep the spine long even though your head is down. Bring your head back to center and lift your head up. Close the eyes, soften the shoulders. Your palms can be up or down on your knees. Make sure that you're comfortable in the seat. If you're not comfortable in a seated position, then lay down on your back or sit up against a wall or on a chair or on the couch. Notice how when we clear out through the body, we can clear out a little more easily through the mind. The body's no longer in the way. And let go of the melodramas that you've been holding on to over the past few days or weeks or months or even years. We get so caught up in our stories, in our little lives. We have to remember, we remember over and over again to come back to our true selves, to come back to our center, to come home. Every time you come back to yourself, you're reminded of who you really are at your center, at your core. Soften all of the muscles in your face. Soften the space around your collarbones, the front and the sides of the neck, and along the jawline. And bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows. Laser focused right there. What colors do you see? Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. All the way out. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale until there's hardly any breath left. Once more. All the way in. Feel the belly fill, chest rise. And let it go. Gently blink the eyes open. I always encourage you to stay and be here a little longer if that feels good for you. Otherwise, I hope that you feel wonderful and able to move through the rest of your day or night. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the class. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so we can continue stretching and moving and practicing together. I'll see you next time.